up there in YouTube Guitar Land? It's Music Man RN coming at you with the little Steve Winwood back in the high life again. Great song. I also want to get back into the high life again. So, song basically is broken up into about 4 parts. You got your verse, your chorus, your bridge, and then there's kind of a little breakdown. And there's a little bit of an introduction, I guess, as well. We'll start off with the kind of intro, where you're going through with your D, and then into your kind of a G chord. And you're going to cycle through those 2 chords for a little while at the beginning while there's kind of like a mandolin going on or something else in the background. Kind of throw in a little triple strum if you want. And you're going to basically go through that as long as you want if you got a second guitar kind of doing some lead or anything. Then you're going to go into the verse part of the song, which is a sequence of your D into your G kind of thingy, same chords, and then your D into an A7. And you're going to repeat that sequence basically as you follow along with the words for the verse. Used to seem to be my life went on too fast. Anyway, so you're going to follow that along until you get up to basically the chorus. And that's going to start with your D chord. And I'll just play through it real quick. So basically you're playing your D chord into a kind of an A7/E slash chord, then onto your D/F sharp, and then into your G, back to your D. But the first time through you're going to have that open A note as your bass note instead of that D on the first time through the D. Into your A7, then back to your D, but this time just the open D is your bass note. The A is muted this time. Back to your A7. So I'll play through that again real quick. And from there, you would basically hop into the next part of the song, which is, I guess, would be kind of the bridge. It's that dance and drink with one hand free, some the world so somebody, you know what I'm talking about. But to lead kind of into that, when you finish on your D coming out of that chorus, you're just going to kind of throw a little one of these in, where you're basically just highlighting that G note of your high E. If you wanted to be technical about it, you could play it like that. Then back into your D. And then you kind of hear where it goes into the dance and drink. So that, again, that little lead into it is a little, you're on your D. Then you're going to go to this sequence of chords, to your G, to your D, straight up A, regular A, no 7th or anything. Then back into your D, back to your G, to your D, and then when you get to that part, you'll kind of be up to the lyric where it'll be back in the high life again. What is that part? Where you're going to basically have like a bass note walk up. But let's kind of get you back up to where par here. We're starting with that G. Let me just play through it real quick so you're at. So that's that bridge part. So that, and then you'd be up to that part where you get that walk up of bass notes. And then back into your verse chords. So that back in the high life again kind of part, bass note walk up is basically you're in your D position. You're going to use that open D note into your F sharp / D chord, into your G, and then basically into another one of those kind of D, the D chord, but you're using the A note as your bass note. So basically those bass notes go back in the high. So you cycle through there, and you'll be at your kind of D / A chord, and you'll be the lyric will be high, and then into your A7 life, and then again would go into back into your verse. And I actually believe it kind of repeats kind of like the intro where you just kind of do those D to Gs, and then it kicks back into that D, G, D, A sequence for the second verse. Second time through, though, after you go through that chorus into that bridge, instead of going into the main sequence of the song, you're going to kind of hit that last part of the song that we're going to talk about, which is kind of the, I guess the outro kind of, or breakdown, I don't know, whatever we're going to call it, but it's that part where the lyrics are, he's just kind of doing back in the high life and getting all saucy with it and whatnot. But it's basically when you're coming out of that back in the high life again part, that the high life again, and then he kind of goes into that breakdown, which basically is going to, I'll just play through it and then I'll go over the chords. So you can kind of see how that transitions back into the verse part of the song. But again, I'm not really sure what to call that, but we'll call it like the breakdown, I guess. So you're coming into it with, it's kind of in almost like little triplets, doubles and triplets. But those chords are D to your D / F sharp to your G. And when you play them kind of with the right timing, it'll sound like. Then from there, and again, you're going to have to listen to the recording to get the timing of these chords. From there, you're going to go into kind of an F / A chord, where you're kind of fretting like an F bar chord, but you're leaving that open A string as your bass note. And you get one of these into a B flat. So it would be like, let's just kind of catch us up to speed here. So now from there, we're going to do that same sequence with that A / F into the B flat, but before we do it, we're gonna play an actual just straight up F bar chord to lead into it. So it'll be like. So again, that part's the same, except the second time through, we're going to add that F bar chord to it. So now let's catch us up to speed here. And then we'll end it on, don't really know what to call this. It's kind of like a E flat, I believe. Into a C. So let's play through the whole thing again. So you can kind of see where that transitions in. I believe that covers the whole song. Again, we got like the verse and chorus, a little bridgey kind of thing, and then that breakdown. But listen to the recording for kind of where they fit in. This is also a great song for a second guitar if you want somebody playing the lead, covering those little, I believe it might be mandolin parts or whatever he's playing. But it's a really great song, a lot of fun. Hopefully this is helpful to those of you trying to learn it out there. Until next time, Music Man RN, out.